Hi, welcome to Poetry in a Prius. This is a special. I'm getting off my alternating of doing pandemic poetry and requested poetry. The date I'm posting this would have been our monthly meeting of Well Read here in San Jose. And the theme for this month, usually there's a couple guest readers. And this month, though, everyone was supposed to bring a poem of a deceased poet that they loved and a poem of their own to read. Since we are in lockdown here in Santa Clara County, there will not be that meeting. These are the poems I plan to read. The first poem was written by my great-great-grandfather, my grandfather's grandfather, Edwin Parker. He was born in England, joined the Church of Jesus Christ of Latter-day Saints with his family. The family was relatively poor. His father, even though his father did not join Latter-day Saints, the Church of Jesus Christ at that time, he lost his job as a church sexton and sort of put him into Providence, and his wife lost a job teaching for the church school. So they sent a couple of his older brothers, and then when Edwin turned 18, he came across the country. End up working, bringing the telegraph line into the Salt Lake Valley. His last part of his trip, they had paid for fare as far as the railroads went to that point, and he literally had a dime in his pocket and found a job to bring the telegraph line in. And he saved his money going a couple years without a winter coat to have that extra money to send back to the family. So I'm going to read his poem, and then I wrote a response trying to follow his style. And this is a favorite poem of the family of Edwin Parker. So, Memories of the Old Thatched Cottage by Edwin Parker, my great-great-grandfather. Memories of the Old Thatched Cottage. In that old thatched... Oh, before I go, I'll start over again. But the years referred to are 1800. So, if there's 51, 52, etc., put 1800 in there. Memories of the Old Thatched Cottage. The old thatched cot that I almost forgot. In the year of 51, the work had first begun. Although the beginning was then very small, its blessings were felt by young and old and all. We obeyed its teachings and never forgot what they first learned with joy in that old thatched cot. In the year of 52, in the month of May, another Mormon elder came that way. And then up the street we all did trudge to hear him preach. 'Twas William Budge. In plainness he taught the gospel plan that had been revealed from heaven to man. Many listened, a few did yield, first in Preston and some in Weald. He first baptized one another, but the first of them all was my mother. Then the 10th child came her lot. She taught them the gospel in that old thatched cot. Then the winter came in 52. Father could get no work to do. Although he looked around each way, except for on the roads at a shilling a day, 'twas very hard, for so he said, to work for little Tobias bread. But he worked away like a good old boy in his hobnail shoes and corduroy. And the battle of his life he bravely fought in those bygone days in that old thatched cot. The mother, she cooked whatever she got over an open fire in an oval pot, and sewed by hand till late at night for the girls and boys by candlelight in that brick-floored kitchen. We had no parlor, but a warm old place in the chimney corner. Thus we lived in tribulation. We first heard of immigration. But 50 years have passed since then, and the boys that left are quite old men, and still they rejoice it was their lot to hear the gospel in the old thatched cot. Written August 2nd, 1904 in Hooper, Utah. Hooper. Most people say Hooper, but the local people say Hooper. So here's my reply that I wrote. We have not forgot the old thatched cot, a tribute to Edwin Parker and his poetry. There is an old thatched cot that most probably have forgot. It may no longer be on earth be found. Many years ago it had fallen to the ground. It might have been someone who didn't think it as not, there might have been someone who didn't think it as not and kept up the old thatched cot. But whatever is now in that space, the many revere us as a sacred place. For in that old thatched cot, the most important lessons were taught: love, loyalty, family, hard work, humility, and never your duty ever shirk. But what brought satisfaction to that humble habit, whatever brought sanctification to that humble habitation was within the walls of the old thatched cot. To our family the gospel was first brought, and they who were then embraced the restoration with love, gratitude, and great elation. Elder William Budge, a most beautiful saint, as beautiful saint as any that the masters did paint, for he left friends and family behind, hoping that one soul he might find. The first accept the message of God's plan was Mariah, the matriarch of this Parker clan. I wonder what Elder Budge thought then of this mother of 9, soon to be 10. Did he think I'll chalk it up to experience due to the poor material circumstance, or did the elder's heart sing, dance, and rejoice that Mariah heard the Savior's voice? Such a great impression his message did leave, that even now the 6th, 7th, and 8th generation to it still cleave. And this gift that through the years have kept giving, the saved souls of those who have passed and those still living. As valuable as gift would be hard to find, so they've tried to repay Elder Budge in kind. We too have left friends and family behind, hoping that we too may one soul find. So through the years and generations, we have traveled to many cities and nations, bring that same message of hope, faith, and love, that Jesus is alive and lives with God above. Yet through payback, more blessings have been our lot. We have been able to help others establish their own thatched cot. Some were grander and some were humble for sure, some with marble and others with dirt for their floors. No matter the size of the cot or the price tag, they're all sister cots. We are proud to brag. It's been more than 100 years since Mariah's son Edwin wrote with joyful tears that little cot with bricks for kitchen floors, and 50 more since he last walked through its doors. Since the world has seen with many little dots of satellite and sister cots. Yet no matter where in the world we now do roam, hearts often return to that old home. And we do gratefully rejoice that it is our lot to be heirs of the gospel in that old thatched cot. I wrote this starting somewhere in October 2006, finishing up about 18th January 2007. During that time writing, I wrote parts of it in Dresden, Germany, Tokyo, Japan, Boise, Idaho, points in between, and finished it here in San Jose, California. Thank you for listening. Hope you enjoyed that. Be kind, be safe, and have a great day. If there's a poem you'd like me to read, leave a comment below. Thanks.